All right, what's up, everybody? This is Hanley and Adam from Tech Venture. Welcome to another episode. Today, we're going to be talking about AI changing the game. And today, I have with me Adam Bain, creative director for my game studio, Zilly Games.
Hey there, everybody. Yeah, I've been doing video games and being on the art side for many years, going on 25 years plus. Worked on games like from James Bond games to Hello Kitty games, sports games, all sorts of stuff. And it's amazing just where AI and how AI is changing the generation of games and the art side. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so today, let's jump right into it. We are going to be talking about how AI changes the game. So Adam has some really cool stuff to share for us today.
I started with ChatGPT, uh, GPT, I should say, and so I was just kind of curious what would happen if I just took an illustration that I did and start original, because a lot of times you just type in a text and then in ChatGPT and you just sort of get whatever it creates. But I was curious if it would take something that I actually created and how it would generate it and how fast it can do it. So I did a few. I'm just going to kind of run through some of the examples here and just sort of the trials and tribulations that I had in trying to get this to work correctly. It's ChatGPT is an amazing tool, but it's not like foolproof. A lot of things you have to kind of like fudge and work with for a while. So this was an illustration that I did, and so I just said make this a 3D character, and
And
it
then
did a really nice job. I mean, it
quick,
actually
quick,
gets my window.
quick technical note, like this is all based on the new GPT 4.0 image rendering that just came out a few days ago and has been taking the world by storm. So follow along
Yeah.
and try it out on ChatGPT yourselves as well.
Yeah, so this was what it created at first, and it looks really cool. I love the face, but like, look what he's like holding a clock. Like, that's not a
Oh,
clock,
it changed it. Yeah.
So then, but I love the way the face looks, everything about it. But like, it's not what he's not holding the right thing. So then I kind of try to give a few more prompts. So I said hold a controller, but now he's holding it the wrong way. And the face is kind of funny, but like, what's going on? It doesn't even have the cable, like in the drawing. So I kept messing with it, kept trying to forcing it to do it. So then I'm like, I started over. I'm like, all right. So now I wanted to force it to actually use the controller in its first try, and it did it again. This time with the Xbox controller, still facing the wrong direction. So then I had to like get it to be like, dude, it is just not facing the camera. Like it says, controller not facing the camera. Eventually, bam, got it
You
right.
got it. Wow.
Yeah.
How did you just, was it just by changing the prompt you finally got it to do
Yeah,
it?
so it's this right here. I said the controller should not be facing the camera.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, so that was what it was doing. It's like this is facing the camera, right? So I was like, come on, turn it the other way, and it got it, and it just landed excellent. This would be really one of those cool illustrations that could turn into 3D because of all the shading, which we'll
Yeah.
get into with the meshy AI next. It's just that as you and I discussed, if I wanted to bring this into meshy like this, it probably would fail. But if I did like it, just like a T pose of him in this expression, it would do a really good job of like separating this out. That's so. Then after I did that character, I had this little donkey, and said, "Well, I wonder what it would do with just something like this simple
And
character."
this is a
And after,
really loose sketch, right? Like it's just a
yeah,
loose ink sketch.
yeah, just a loose ink sketch that I just did, and so then look, bam, it like that's first try that ChatGPT did an amazing job. Like, bam, just
Like,
like just this
what
prompt,
would,
create a 3D render.
for you to
You know,
do this work by hand, like what would be the steps and how long would it take?
dude, it would take me a few days minimum to model something like this. Maybe
Wh-
because just the
What are the
amount of hair.
steps?
You know, what's that?
What would be the steps to go from the ink
Oh,
drawing to a full shaded drawing like this?
oh, I mean, I'd probably take this and to put onto a flat card and then model out, primitives first, and then start merging those together, and then bring it into like Mudbox, and then start trying to do the more detailed modeling side of it, and then just the creating the textures and the UVs. Everything would just take time. It just takes time. But to like create something like even if this is just a concept art, so fast and so well done, it's amazing to me. I mean, like I couldn't have asked anything better, really. I mean, and I could probably make a 3D model based on with our meshy tool from this. I'm really curious what it would do. But then we wanted to see what would happen with if you did a model that is ready to like animate or like
Yeah.
that you can put into something. So then I went to my little bunny rabbit here character. This one it took a few tries with getting it right with Chat GTP just because the same kind of problems I was having. But it still creates some really fun little characters. The issues were like I just needed it to be 16 by 9 and not
That was
getting
first
cut off.
try.
Yeah, that's first try,
That's.
but
Can you go back
it's
to
pretty
the
good.
link really quickly? So it lost its pants.
It lost his pants and it doesn't have his teeth. It put a tongue there instead of his teeth. So Um, so then I kept trying. I said, no, I need both poses because I wanted to be left and right. And so then he puts his mouth open, and then look, they're getting cut off. So I'm like, I need this to be 16 by 9. I see he's doing all these different versions. See, like
Yeah.
his mouth's open, and again, still getting cut off. So then I start over, and then now I got more specific, like put a T pose character into 3D, and I need to be 16 by 9. Do not cut off the character. Blah blah blah. It gave me a little error, and I tried again. Finally, came to something closer to what I wanted. He was missing his teeth. So buck teeth here, and then he did this one. Or they did this one, but it like has double teeth here. Can again mess with it some more, and eventually landed on. Look, this guy got like a double mustache here.
Yeah. You got a whole family of them.
Yeah. So this guy got cut off. Just this kind of thing. It just would not listen to my 16 by 9 ratio. Finally landed on this one. This one I was happy with. I'm like, yes, thank you very much. He's got teeth. It's not getting cut off. He's got pants on, you know, and his hair isn't too crazy. He's got his floppy ears. So I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, and that was where I ended it. And so from there, I wanted to bring it into Meshy. And let me go share that screen for you. So then I brought that into the meshy AI tool. It's also online. We'll put the links up there. So I've just brought the one image of it into this tool here. Just dropped it into this box. I was hoping that it would actually need to see like the side view and the front view, but it was able to just create a nice model without even like knowing the back of it.
Wow, look at that.
It was able to create the tail, like just from the intelligent. It just like figured, okay, well, I guess there's probably going to be a tail. It's a bunny.
I remember half a year ago when we first started trying these mesh tools. I remember I did an example with you guys where it actually put the eyes on the front and the back. Do you remember that one? Because it didn't have a back view, but this one got it right this time.
So then like it creates 4 different versions here, and the first version I chose was this one. And now he looks a bit worse for wear. He looks like he's been in a few beat ups here.
He got Mike Tyson.
I don't know what's going on with his hair. He's got I don't know, but his eye's missing there, and he looks like he's got tusks instead of teeth. And then I tried a different one. This one, his teeth are kind of closed into his mouth. So I mean, anyway,
the pants and the belly and everything came out pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
so
I mean, everything else came out great. I mean, his hair is still a little bit like that. But the point is that this so quick that I was like blown away. Obviously, I would need to do some changes here. I would need to tweak some of move the teeth out here if I'm going to bring this into like Maya and to do the final tweaks. But I mean, it was able to like do all this with that matter of minutes, just to get me this far. And then if I needed to go in and go ahead and do these tweaks on my own, then that would just save me a mountain of time.
And then is this something you could like export and bring into your game engine?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you can export this as a film box or OBJ, and then bring it into into Maya or whatever 3D Blender, and then start taking that model and start generating it from there, and tweaking it, fixing it. You need to do, but this is like an amazing like start. It just pushes you so much further along than you would have otherwise if you had to do this from scratch. What I wanted to see about our animation on this character, though. Let me see.
I think you click the rig button at the bottom.
Oh yeah, you have to rig it first. Rig. Okay, yeah, sure.
There you go.
Okay, so rig. It is a humanoid. Next, and so then you did.
Interesting. It looks like based on that shadow, it looks like it's set up for more normal shaped humans. We'll see how well it works with this super stylized character.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it should be good. Rotate. I don't know if I can rotate it. I think it's fine. Oh no, because then this will just give me like little target points to then add in.
Yeah, it'll
So
give you some bone hints, I think. Yeah,
yeah,
there you
yeah.
go.
Because then see, this will be would be his feet. Oh, it says mirrored. Okay, it's fine. And then this is his knees, and then this is his belly button, and this is his head. Right there, and then hand, elbow,
Interesting.
shoulder.
He has really narrow shoulders. It might pick
Yeah,
up some of the chin or something.
it may start taking the
Yeah.
whiskers with him as he
Yeah.
moves. All right, let's find out what happens. Confirm. Again, this is really just like this is gravy. Being able to do this fast. But being able to do something like this fast and then putting it into, and you can actually export it or doing any sort of animations or videos you're trying to do, maybe not necessarily for games, but like if you're trying to do like a quick little animation, it can work well
How,
for that too.
how long did the auto mesh generation and the texturing take?
Minutes. I mean, see right here, it says rigging 13%.
Yeah.
I mean, it was faster than that when it was creating the models for it. And even when I did on the ChatGPT, when I was creating those images, it took minutes or less
Yeah.
to create the 3D. Oh, look at
Oh
that.
my God, look at that. No hands yet. No fingers yet, right? But that's a common video game
Yeah,
problem,
that's just taking
right? Holy cow. Animations.
that's all done just like within minutes, just being able to test your character out, seeing how it would work and move. I mean, look at that.
Try the shuffle, the arm circle shuffle.
Which one's that?
The sixth one right
Oh,
there.
this
Yeah.
one here. All
Yeah.
right, let's do the ad here. Let's add that one.
How long does it take to add? Oh, that's right. Because when you're applying the animations, it's actually reprocessing the animation for these dimensions too. It's
It will
not
just
just
put it right over this, right?
yeah,
It
it's
just
not just applying the rotations. It's probably like rescaling everything to try to match the new rig too.
right, because it has to figure where all the bones will go based on this animation
Yeah,
example.
yeah. It's got to try to make it a little bit more sensical.
But I mean, look at that though. Look at the. I mean, you'd want to tweak it. Obviously, it's not final animation by no means, but
Yeah.
being able to do something this quickly is just it blows me away. And I want to put some facial animation in that, but I'm sure that's next. Being able to do all the blend shapes you want to do for all the
Yep.
faces and expressions. That's
And
going to come.
there you go. There you go. Work now. So how do you play
I
that
click.
animation now?
So I click preview on that. Let me see.
I think there you go.
Oh, here
Yeah.
you go.
Is he gonna do there? That's pretty good. I
That's
mean, like
good.
if you're talking about prototyping and just getting it in the game like this
Yeah.
quickly, that's just going to free up so much creativity for game developers, right? You just click, wait a few minutes, and it's all up and running. And then once you figure out what you have something you like, you can then go in by hand and really clean it up, right?
For like being a creative director as I am at this point, like conceptualizing something on my own without
Yeah,
actually needing a tech artist or an AR, an actual artist on my side to do it. I can quickly put something together and then bring it back to the team and be like, hey, let's do something like this, and then the actual team can get in there and get their
yeah.
feet wet and stuff. It's a really
So what do you think?
incredible tool.
So how does like seeing all this power make you feel as a game developer and former CG artist on big AA AAA games?
I mean, it's just it really blows my mind. Being able to see something done this fast and this quick, I feel encouraged that so many more people can get in here into the video game industry and just show what they can do. And even though it may not be exactly doing the modeling, but at the very least, you can present what you like, what your ideas can be. You probably will still need an art team at some point to do the final renders of or modeling of anything. But at least this gets you a really, pretty far along the path of creating something or conceptualizing something.
Do you think this is going to decimate the game industry, and tons of CG artists and character artists are going to be out of jobs because of all this new technology?
At this point, not yet. I think this is still in its infancy. I
Yeah,
mean, it's progressing very fast. Like obviously you can't. It doesn't have any facial expressions here, so you still need to have someone create all the rigging for the faces and all of that stuff. Even all the technology for the fur and the bending the shapes of the cloth and stuff like that. I mean, that's all like texture side of things, but still, all of that tech side still needs to be sussed out. But I mean, as soon as the AI gets smarter and smarter, sure, I think that if anything, it will just make the creative side go faster. There will always still be the need, I think, to get in there and to make sure it doesn't break the
yeah,
engine that you're using. Um, but because these are super high polygon, right?
yeah,
That they're doing right now, and I would probably still need to take that model and bring it into Maya and simplify it in a lot of ways and still break out the different characters and the eyes
yeah.
and the nose and stuff. So,
And
but it's a good start.
And my take on the whole question is that it is a little bit scary, to be honest, right? Because it's like things that you've relied on to make money, all of a sudden it's like someone click, click, click and do most of the work. But then, like, at the same time, I always believe us game developers are really good at using new technology and creating bigger, better, and crazier games, right? So if we think about it from today's games, yeah, it doesn't take as much, it won't take as much manpower to make the same game, but we're going to very, very quickly be making much crazier and much bigger games with much, much more customization optimizations. And also the world of UGC, user generated content like Roblox. Right now in Roblox, only 10% of players create their own content. Tools like this is going to enable everyone, 100% of players, to all be able to create some of their own custom content, which will really create some really amazing metaverse and MMO type experiences. So that's where I
Yeah,
am.
I think what you're saying is true. I mean, I haven't experimented too much with the exporting of this, and maybe there's ways to export these models in lower res, not like super millions of polygons that they are, and you can export this in smaller polygon counts. Then
Yeah,
that would be obviously easier to ingest that into games, especially like Roblox kind of environments, where
yep,
you can't
yep,
have too high polygon stuff.
yep. So I guess that's pretty much it. We'll wrap it here. Wrap it up here. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you, Adam. We'll include the tools that Adam used on the comments down below. Leave us a fire emoji if you enjoyed seeing this new technology. Let us know what else you want to see. And I guess that's it. AI is not going to take your job. It's going to take your job to the next level. Thank you again, everyone. Bye.